welcome back to my channel. Today I am with my sister and we will be reacting to Season 1, Episode 1 of House of the Dragon. Are you excited?
I'm totally excited. The cool thing about this, guys, is my brother, as you may know from his channel, I'm going to pitch his Vlogmas because it was all, what is it?
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon characters and stuff, right?
The link will be in the description below, guys.
But he's a huge Game of Thrones fan. No, like he really thinks he's part of the family. But it's okay. I
dragon scales all over my body.
Check out his tattoo video, by the way. You'll see all of that. I'm not even joking. Like I'm dead serious.
Below. Half my body is literally dragon scales
because he thinks he's a Targaryen. So I started. I know, right? I started watching Game of Thrones many moons ago.
Yeah.
And when that lady went through that waterfall,
up to season 2, she got.
Season 2, so she wasn't pregnant. She went through that waterfall and she got pregnant. I was like, no, no, no. This is not for me.
So
and that's why I cut it
short. Yeah. And there were 6 more seasons after that.
There were 6 more seasons, so I really cut it out in like a second. I have no idea what's going on. So I promised him I would watch House of the Dragon and that I would watch it right through. I don't know anything about this stuff, so you're going to get like my genuine reaction. If you're hearing the background noise, I've got 2 little ones, not humans, my fur babies, and the youngest is just running around playing, so guys, sorry for that.
And what did we do today as well? That's going to be on your channel.
Oh, on my channel. So I thought it would be pretty cool. Well, collectively we came up with this idea that we would... Take 2. So we were talking about like ways that we can make this fun, and we came up with the idea that we will have kind of like a dinner inspired by foods that they would eat around that era. So if you want to see what it is that we came up with, check out my channel. It's Home with Simonne. It will be linked in the description bar below. My channel is everything home decor, plus size fashion, lifestyle, and I would really appreciate the support. So if you guys head over there, don't forget, give me a big thumbs up, and in the comment section, put a little dragon head so I know that you found me on Just Call Me D.
Yep. So just a disclaimer, what we're about to see doesn't belong to us, it belongs to HBO Canada. So without further ado, here we go, guys. House of the Dragon. I'm super excited.
Me too. Actually, I really am, though. No, like for real.
Listen, that opera sound is everything to me.
Princess Nymeria,
oh my God, it's all face in that.
has been now received with 10,000 ships and their Valyrian pursuers.
It's like Grandmother Willow.
Lord Mortimer Teleport to husband.
Is that a hand?
It's his what?
Oh my God, I thought he had somebody's hand. I was like...
The queen who never was.
Wow.
All right.
She's like, ha, my family. She's like, get it, huh? Dad's like, yes, he got it. He's like, yeah. You see what ladybug? Is it all ladybug?
No, it's...
I don't know.
It's cold, so it's a red shield with black dots.
I thought it was a house of ladybug.
Just finished watching episode 1 of season 1 of House of the Dragon. I am obsessed. Well, what did you think?
Listen, I thought it was too much dialogue. There's so much talking, and I get it. I get it.
To build the story.
Yeah, I get it. You have to. I mean, it was good. It was good. Just a whole lot of talking. I was like, get to the action.
And there were some scenes that you were just like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
a lot of graphic scenes.
They're not very shy. You know, there's some intimate moments, and I was like, first of all, I'm watching this with my brother. was like, the broski and I are not watching a scene like this.
Nah.
So, and then secondly, I don't really care for it. Like, it has no bearing on the actual storyline. Like, okay, great, they're intimate. Now what? Like, you know. So I was like, fast forward.
Okay, so there were some scenes that made you really like question what you were seeing.
What I was watching. So in the beginning, you guys would have seen the
Weirwood tree
right
in King's Landing.
Right.
And she said,
you heard my reaction to that because you would have watched our live reaction. I was like, what in the Grandmother Willow is happening here?
So the children of the forest, back before the first men and the Andals came over to Westeros, used to carve faces into the Weirwood tree.
I don't understand what the point of that is.
And they used to worship that. That was their god. That's what they thought of as a god. It was just a random face they would just carve into the tree.
Whose face is this? They just looked at someone and they were like, your face.
Yeah, it's
that tree.
And that they were green seers and they used to be able to see through the trees what was going on in Westeros.
Listen,
They were spies.
I thought the eyes were going to open and I was going to hear, my child.
Yeah. Well, that was great.
Did I take a path that's straight, steady as the beating drum? I look once more, just around the river bend.
Right.
That's what I thought I was watching. It took me a moment, and he was just like, no.
It's
It would have been kind of cool, though.
yeah, but
If
that
the
would've been
trees
too much
spoke.
magic. Because
Yeah,
you already
I
got
mean-
fire-breathing lizards with wings. So.
Yeah, but if the trees were like, ding, 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 that would, it would have had me. I would have been hooked. The next scene,
In the small
this is
council.
the king's brother,
Mhm.
and he went and purged the city of sin
Yes.
on behalf of the king without the permission to do so.
Yeah.
And when he went, it wasn't just like he was like, bad guys, let's get rid of them. No, there was a lot of violence that were done. Not necessarily people lost their lives, but there was a lot of permanent injury done to these individuals. And I'm being diplomatic with what I'm saying because I don't want to be offensive to anybody.
Mhm.
But so after watching that scene,
He gets up from the table with his sword, and she was like,
because he had his glove on top
"Yeah,
of it.
he had the glove," and she didn't know it was a glove.
I thought he kept the trophy from the night before. I really did. I mean, Vikings used to do it, so I
Why
really
not?
thought he was there like, brother, look at what I did for you. And his brother was like, I didn't tell you to do this for me. And he got up with his limb and left. So, and then,
the
the turn, yeah.
to
The guy was
for
so
the-
rude.
He was. So that is the king's cousin, who was passed over at the Council of 101 AC.
This is during the
Jousting.
the jousting.
He asked for her favor and referred to her as the queen who never was, which is a diss or an insult to her because she was passed over by her grandfather and all of the folks of Westeros.
Because for 101 years, they did not, 100 years, they did not
a
have
queen.
a
They always
queen
had a
rule.
king.
It was always
It was
a king.
Aegon the Conqueror, then his son Aegon.
And it would be the next
the
male. So
Male
like
primogeniture.
if I was the only daughter of a king and then he had a brother, it would be his brother
Yes.
would be next unless I had a son. And then my son would be next in line, right?
But even her son was passed over.
Yeah, but her son wasn't born yet.
No.
That's why he was passed over. That's why when they were on the table, her husband said
It should
that
have been
it
Rhaenys.
exactly. But because her son was born later on, because he was born after.
Yeah.
Right? Listen to me talking like I know what I'm talking about. I had to ask him the whole time. What's that? What's that?
Right.
I think the next one was
Sir Kristen Cole. His sigil is a red field with black dots.
I thought it was ladybugs. Listen, I was like, for the life of me, I'm watching this and I'm like,
House
is that
Ladybug?
Ladybug House? Like House of Ladybug? Because you guys could see, like, the image is off. You could see what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like a ladybug. I really did think
Really
it was.
does look like a ladybug.
And I
but
was
it's
like, oh,
just
this is kinda
black
cool.
dots.
It's
As in
cold
symbol.
on a field. And The dots were perfect little dots,
Mhm.
like the back of a lady. The ending of it was really intense and super powerful because remember, for 100 years, it was all males that dominated the kingdom. They were kings and only kings.
Yeah.
Now the king feels that his brother is inadequate to handle the throne in a right way because he's so impulsive and irrational. So after his the part we forgot where the dragon
Oh yes.
yeah, so
The
king's
dragon lights the fire, Cyrax, who is his daughter's dragon. Or
and
Cyrax, people pronounce it all differently.
yeah,
And that was just so. That was
it was
emotional.
so touching. Yeah, I felt really bad
Because it's just like he made a difficult decision, and it still didn't work out for him the way.
yeah, he had to
would.
choose like between
His son.
his son and his wife, and he chose his son, and the son died within moments after delivery, and the wife died during the delivery because they had to
that
do
was just.
an emergency cesarean. But I think what got me is that one scene where the fire like burns not just the mother's corpse but also the baby brother. That was like a foreshadowing of the end of this mentality where it's like only men.
Mhm.
It was like getting rid of the past because that was his only son and it would be his last son. And now that was a turning point for the king where he's like, all this time I'm wanting a son when I have a daughter who would make an amazing queen.
Yeah.
So to me, when I saw like the fire burning and everything, fire is a symbolism of eternal destruction. So I just thought, look at whose dragon was blowing that fire.
It's the daughter's dragon.
It's the daughter's. So she totally destroyed the whole thought, the whole history of only men can be kings, only men can carry on the crown,
Yeah.
and now she's starting anew. And I thought that was pretty symbolic. That's what it was going through my head when I was watching it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is.
And then one thing that I noticed is if you go back and look at the scene where he's naming her as his heir, and all the houses, Hightower, etc., are pledging their fealty.
And there's
if
no
you
house
look-
ladybug.
No, house ladybug.
I
If you
wish.
look at the necklace that she's wearing, it's a sigil of every major house. So
Yeah.
House Lannister, House Targaryen is the forefront because she's House Targaryen. There's House Tully, House Hightower.
So they're all pledging their
They're all
allegiance to
pledging
her,
allegiance
all the
to her
houses.
because she is his named heir.
And what I picked up too is, so you guys know from Game of Thrones, I mean, you don't even have to watch it to know, but there's like, winter is coming.
Yeah, there's house words.
There is the father was talking to her and he was giving her some secrets of the crown, and he's
Specifically?
thank you, I can never say that word, but he said about the winter house.
Yeah.
And when they were all doing their
Song of Ice and
allegiance,
Fire, yeah.
that what was playing in the background, which we don't want to get copywritten, so we were very careful
Right.
how this video was done until we get more familiar with the rules. But in the background, it was everybody was saying their house, and then when that guy House of
House Stark.
something about winter.
That's House Stark.
He didn't say Stark. He said something about winter. When the guy had been, we can rewind it and look at it. I'll show you what I mean.
Okay.
But so there's a part where the guy actually says something, and you can hear the father's voice because they're flicking back and forth between like
In
the
conversation
conversation, and the
pledge,
daughter and the
yeah.
pledge. And then when that particular guy, and I think that this is going to play a big part in the upcoming episodes, they zoomed into that one guy and he pledged it from something, and he goes winter, and I was like, ooh, they're gonna fight, because the father said that to watch for that, because
Right.
they were going to try to take down the house
Dragon.
of the dragon.
Okay.
So
I do remember.
remember
Okay,
that?
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, ooh. So I mean, I feel like overall with House of the Dragon, there are these little innuendos, and there are these little like moments that kind of either foreshadow something that's going to happen, or they're a huge indication that
There's a lot of foreshadowing.
yeah, it's going to go in a set direction. Like when the baby was in its last breath,
Yeah.
it wasn't a shock to me when I saw it. You know, the mother and child before the dragon went ahead and they finished their burial process, because I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
I heard, and I
You were
even
like,
said to him, like, "Hang on, is this? I think something's happening here." But I feel like if you didn't pay attention to that, then that scene that shows the both of them, that would have been shocking.
Right.
That would have been like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So there's a lot of little things like that in there. I'm not gonna lie though, the crazy uncle, I like him.
I love his dragon, Caraxes.
I don't know anything
The
about
blood
that
worm. The
because
red one that flew away on at the end.
I only saw about 4 seconds of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's beautiful dragon.
Yeah.
He's big. He's
So far, I've
deformed.
seen the gold one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Syrax.
Oh, that was so he's in love with like Lady of the Night, I guess.
Yeah,
You'd say,
that's
even
what
though
I
he's
was
married.
thinking, yes.
Yeah,
Lady
and
of the Night
so
is a good
he
way to
brought
put it.
her and
To
they
his
were
dragon,
touching
and they were
it.
touching his dragon,
Yeah.
and then they got on and flew away. And we didn't do a preview of the next episode because
Nope.
she doesn't like previews.
I don't like previews. They set me up for
And,
disappointment.
Yeah, so we're going into episode 2 with no spoilers whatsoever.
Which
So-
means we can't watch TV. We can't go on social media because we're doing these on Mondays.
Yeah.
And so we cannot watch anything on Sunday because I really want to be surprised. And the reason why I don't like watching previews is because they lie. They lie. It is so frustrating to me to watch a preview because then, you know, they make everything look amazing.
Right.
And then when you watch the episode, you're like, hold on, that was like the first 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just this long-winded ending. So no previews for me. I will watch the episode and give my genuine reaction basis. But if you guys enjoyed watching us collaborate on this, let us know in the comments section.
below.
We'll post a couple of the videos, and if they pick up and people are really liking
Enjoy.
them, then we'll definitely continue.
Yes,
So
for sure.
anyway, I look forward to seeing you guys again, and you know,
Thank you for watching this with me.
Yeah.
Listen, it was so hard not to like go online. Like I was just like my stomach was hurting because I was like I want to watch it so bad.
I didn't even
but
upload
I
my
need
videos.
to.
I was so afraid I would go on and then something would pop up and it'd be
Right.
like, dude, you
Yeah,
know, like a
I'd
quick
start
little
playing,
thing, yeah. And
yeah.
I'd be like, oh my god, no. Yeah, I'm trying to. He's probably gonna finish it. I have work in the morning.
Oh goodness.
But I guess we'll see you guys next week. And if I don't see you guys next week, Dee will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Let us know your favorite moments from this episode in the comment section down below. Check out her channel. The description will be in the
Link will be in the
link will
description.
be in the
Yeah.
description below. Until next time, guys. Peace out.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.